Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well and having a wonderful day wherever you are in this beautiful world. It's a beautiful world, it's a beautiful day. I'm out here in nature, as you can see, trying to cleanse my soul, get some me time, and make a message for you. So, if this message is for you, you're the kind of person that has always felt like you don't fit in, like you're different. Probably because you are. You've been rejected by your family, been rejected by friends, people that you thought were your friends but were really there to make you stumble. And it was really tough in school. You didn't feel like you belonged, people treated you differently, and you moved a lot, which made it even more difficult because finding stability meant, either breaking your heart because you knew that it wouldn't last long, or you knew that you won't find stability because it's just a season, you'll be moving anyway. Whether it was your family that had moved a lot, or whether you've been in different childcare centers, you moved a lot, and you were treated as different because you were different. You still are different, and the reason for that is because you have been appointed for something different, for something else. You saw the world in a different light. I mean, you were pure of heart. You saw the world for what it really was or supposed to be, but come to find out that the world isn't as it's supposed to be. You're living the way that the world is supposed to be, but the world isn't the way it's supposed to be, if that even makes sense. So it brought confusion. You struggled finding your way in this world. You didn't know where you fit in exactly. And it was difficult. It was difficult. I mean, I know that probably wasn't the easiest time of your life. You know, not having the support from your parents the way they should have supported you, and if you had siblings, you probably did, or you were a single child, you had a struggle because they were the loved ones, and you were just the odd one out. You were different. But you left home at an early age, probably. If this message is for you, you probably left home because there was nothing there for you. You realized that if you had stayed, you'd probably miss out on what life has to really offer. And leaving home was the beginning of the challenges. You met people, strange people, people that you thought you could trust, people that that really was again in it to make you fall and stumble, because in their soul they knew who you are and what you carried from since day one. I mean, the enemy knew what God had planned for you already, and what path you were meant to walk, the difficult path, the rough path, the one that had taught you how to deal with people, how to navigate the world, how to see through the fake and falseness that people portray themselves to be. If people portray themselves to be good, you sniff it out already. I mean, when somebody's in it for something to gain, as opposed to somebody that's genuinely there to try and help you and guide you and see you reach new heights. And those are it's very little that you get those kinds of people that really want to see you soar, as opposed to the one that wants to see you fall and break. And you're probably the kind of person that had many victories that people never celebrated, only ones that you saw behind closed doors and even in public, never celebrated. But then when you fail and you stumble once, the whole world knows about it and stories being spread about you. But don't you worry, because those people are the ones that you're going to be showing how it's done right. Those are the people that are going to be seeing your success, moving forward. Those are the kind of people that, instead of being there for you, they laughed at you when you tried new things, when you had no other way. Instead of supporting you and standing by you, they laughed at you, and they put a rock in front of you so that you can stumble. But the Lord says, you will not dash your foot against a stone, and He will be there to carry you. He has made many promises, and you need to keep fast or hold fast to those promises. Those promises that He has. This is one, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. Those are plans to prosper you, not to harm you, but plans to give you a better future. Give you hope and a better future. So hold fast to that promise, even though everything didn't go as planned, in the beginning, things can still go as planned. You probably had relationship issues, been cheated on, probably been hurt multiple times by people that aren't who they claim to be, because you see it in their actions, but you keep pushing forward. In your job, you probably had people trying to bring you down, put extra work on you. You get minimum pay, and when you do things right, you don't get compensated for it, you don't get rewarded for it. People just pass it by as if it's part of your daily routine, but really it is part of your daily routine, because that's the kind of person you are. You go above and beyond. You focus on the minute small things. You focus on spending time with the Lord. You focus on regaining your energy. And as a chosen one, which you probably are if this message is for you, God has appointed you with talents. What's your talents? Working with people, being a teacher, making music, making motivational videos, seeing people, prophesying, praying for people, doing miracles. What is your talent? And you've got to use these talents, and if you haven't found the talent yet, pray for the Lord to show you these talents, because it's when you really exercise these talents and implement them in the daily world, you start working for the Lord, and through that you can see miracles. You can see how the Lord will use what you've been through to really help other people, and then you're going to be the person that's going to be helping people, as opposed to making them stumble and laughing at them when they're failing. You'll be there to lend a hand for them to rise up and who they're meant to be. So that's what you can do. Be an inspiration, spread the light. Despite all the darkness that you've gone through, you have something that many other people don't, which is awesome. That's a blessing. You've got the opportunity to really, really do the Lord's work, and really be the light, and a light cannot be hidden away. It needs to be set upon a hill. It needs to be set upon a pillar for all to see. So yeah, you've been hidden. Yeah, you've been bullied. Yeah, you've been laughed at. Yeah, you've been ridiculed in your life. But that is to prepare you. Every choice that you've made up until now has really forged you through the fire. These are the tribulations that you've been facing, and with every right choice that you've made, every victory that you've made, you've come one step closer to doing what the Lord wants you to do. If the Lord can trust you with little, He can trust you with a lot, which is so cool, because if you can be trusted behind closed doors, you can be trusted in public. And that's the thing. You've been put down behind closed doors, and people have laughed at you and brought you down and tried to make you fail and stumble. And these same people will see you rise in public. That is the truth, and it's usually that case. It's always the black sheep. It's always the person that have been blocked out. It's always the person that have gotten the most punishment. It's always the person that took the most hits. It's always the person that got laughed at. It's always the person that really went out of their way to do something new and different, that have been called crazy, that have done great things. It's usually the least that do the most. If you go read the Bible, you'll see that it's usually the least that do the most. If you go look at King David was the least in his families out of his brothers. He wasn't even present when Samuel called on David. Called on the children of Jesse. And what happened is Samuel was angry. Like, where's the other one? There must be another one. He had faith. He had faith that there's another one. The least of the family, the one that was the shepherd, that went and lived in the fields with the animals, with the sheep, guiding them. And it's the shepherd. That is the thing. It's crazy that David was the least, but he was the shepherd. He was the shepherd, the one that leaded and guided the sheep, the one who guided the Lord's people into freedom. You know, and his story started off rough, man. Rough, very, very, very rough. And it didn't get better. I mean, he had to face Goliath. He had to face very, very vicious animals in his life. He had to face enemies, thousands of enemies. He had to conquer Goliath and his brothers. And he had to deal with Saul turning against him. I mean, he had to deal with all these people turning against him, but he ended up doing the work of the Lord. The least became the most. And you that are the least will become the most, because the Lord will set you on high so that you can glorify His name in being the least, becoming the most through His majesty. So yeah, if this message resonated with you, and if you feel like you've been the least, and you feel like you're in a season of transitioning where the Lord is rising you up to be more, and you've done the work, you've really done the work, you've set everything in front of the Lord, and you've really worked through these difficult things and these people, and you've forgiven people, and you've done the work, you have done the work, the Lord will set you on high, because He can trust you to glorify His name, even when you've become a king or a queen in this season moving forward. So, the Lord is with you. He is with you. And He will always be with you. It's usually us that depart from Him. You know? It's usually us. So yeah. You will see new heights. Keep fighting a good battle. Keep doing spiritual warfare. Pray every single day. And know that the Lord is Lord. Be quiet and be still. And know that there's only one King. And that He's doing miracles. Wherever you are in your life right now. Whatever you're busy with. Whatever challenges you're being faced with. The Lord is Lord. He sees it all. He knows your needs. He knows your wants. He knows your desires. And He will give it to you according to your faith. And He will be there with you every step of the way. You just need to make sure that you get closer to Him, because that's the main thing, getting closer to Him every single day, getting closer to Him despite everything going on, getting closer to Him, keeping your faith and your focus on His majesty. So yeah, like and subscribe, stay tuned, because I've been playing guitar. I'm going to start making music, start uploading it, start sharing my story more than I have ever done, through music, through content like this, you know, motivating people, sharing my story, what I've been going through, because I'm also going through challenges, just like any other person. Challenges never stop. I mean, you might have a good day, but challenges always persist. That's part of life. But you know what's part of life as well? The fact that the Lord has come to save us, to save you, to give you a new life, to give you hope and a future, and to be with you in eternity. But you've got to make a choice. You know, it's always a choice, making a choice, as you've done from the beginning to the very end, making a choice, choosing that the Lord is King, and choosing to always make the right decision, and to be the better person, and to live according to His will and His word. So yeah, like and subscribe, and stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.